New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from Nick of Time Show. Here giving you that Knicks talk just in Nick of Time. And it's time to talk about the Knicks loss. The Knicks lose to the Cavs in the last home game of the season, 102 to 108. Knicks were up 23 points at one point in this game, but blew it all the way. And ended up losing in the fourth quarter. We're going to talk about it all. Before we do that, I'm going to introduce you to our guy, Lee Escobedo, the Latin assassin, ESPN contributor, Bleacher Report contributor. What's going on, Lee?
Jay Ellis, I don't know why it has to be so damn hard to be a Knicks fan. It is not easy. It's funny how we're lumped in with the Lakers and the Celtics as these coastal, elitist meta franchises in the biggest cities of the world, but we don't have the same luxuries, championships, banners, MVPs, Hall of Famers like them. Even though our team plays in New York City, it's almost like our life is an episode of Sopranos in Jersey, because it's just nothing but existential dread constantly. Even when we're good, we're not great. And it's so frustrating to have to be a number 3 seed and to still have so many things to walk away from the second last game of the season to be really pissed off about. And I'm sure we'll get into all of them. So let's fire it up.
Yeah, man, this game pissed me off. I'm not even gonna hold it. We lost to the Celtics. I wasn't super mad about it because of it was a tight games. Celtics. We was in this game for a meaningless game where we wrapped up the third seed because Pacers lost and Bucks won. So we're playing the Pistons in the first round. All that's good and dandy. Fine, we got the third spot. I don't know. I heard that maybe the team found out in the third quarter that we won, but that does not make this loss less frustrating for me because we were up 23 and we let this game slip away. And I'm pissed because I don't feel the edge that we had last year. I started off the season talking about I feel like we don't have the edge that we had last year. And then we got into the season, I'm like, okay, maybe we're getting some of that edge back. And we're up 23 today. And we never beat this team this entire season. They don't have freaking Donovan Mitchell playing. They don't have Hunter playing. They don't have Ty playing. They're missing all these key players. And we still don't beat them. Bruh. What is happening? We up 23? And it's like, defensively, what the hell? What are we doing, yo? I don't understand why it took so long to get Brunson off of Darius Garland when he was getting on a heater in the fourth quarter. Don't understand what the hell Precious Achiuwa was doing in that first half when we were up big minutes and he was just throwing up air balls and getting punked defensively. It was like, dog, where's the defensive fight? Where's the pushback? Where's the where was that, man? This shit pissed me off.
Made a lot of good points. It's funny, y'all. Before the show started, Jay Ellis and I didn't say anything. There was just silence in kind of like the back room before the Zoom fired up the pod, because I think both of us were just kind of processing our feelings, and we always like to let the show kind of guide the conversation. I'm thinking about you saying that we're missing the dogs and where's our fight. I would argue last year we certainly had a better regular season fight, but the guys that you're talking about, I'm assuming Devo, Ihart, and Julius Randle, I would say of those three, only Devo was a playoff dog.
Yeah.
Because when it came to shot making, Julius Randle was complete ass, and Ihart was very minimal. And when it came to defending like dogs, Randle and Ihart were pretty much ass, especially Ihart against Indiana. Hell, you just say Ihart against Philly. Joel Embiid went ape shit on him,
Yeah.
and they had to put Mitchell Robinson in to really play defense. So I think I disagree a little bit about not having the dogs of last year. Ryan also put that in the chat, and I was thinking like, who are the dogs we're
It's
missing? And I
Devo
think
for me. It's Devo for me.
which is fair. And I think what makes Devo so special wasn't just that he had that IDGF attitude, but he was shooting threes. We never had to worry about being outscored or trading, as I've said all season, 2 points for 3 points. Because Devo, you guaranteed he was letting at least 8 to 10 fly a night, and especially in some good teams, he was going to shoot double-digit threes and probably made 40% of them. So that volume is nice. It creates those driving lanes for Brunson, creates a lob opportunities and pick and roll from Mitch or iHeart back then, or the push shot. The offense was always in gear. This offense has really struggles to gain cohesion. And some of that has to do with Tom Thibodeau's rotations, his minute distributions, and time must be a damn flat circle because here I am back thinking we should start Landry Shamet before the playoffs for two main reasons. One, he has found his shot. Finally. It took almost an entire season. Shoulder injury was a part of that, but he has found his shot. And when I looked at that started unit, I think we are missing a volume 3-point shooter. I've seen all the think pieces on Twitter about why Cat isn't shooting. Well, you can write all you want. Nothing's going to change it, but Cat actually improving. But there's something you can mitigate that with, which is putting one of your hottest, most highest volume shooters into the starting lineup and removing Josh Hart, who is killing us on offense with the lack of a three ball, and swap him out from Shamet into the playoffs. That would be something that would also throw the Pistons off because they've been scouting for us with Josh Hart as that fifth starter. If you replace him with Shamet, you maintain defense because Hart's defense has been dog shit. You replace it with a consistent defender like Shamet and someone who is not afraid to take and make threes.
Yeah, okay, we were red hot from three in the first half. I think second half we shot 5 of 26 from three, something crazy like that. It was bad. It was really bad. I'm with you with I'm not sure about starting. But I get the concept that if you're not going to here's the thing for the Cavs in particular, I don't like Josh Hart at power forward versus the Cavs at all. If you're going to have a non-shooter in that lineup, let it be Mitch and Cat together. Let it be the double big lineup because we already know that Mitch is going to give you the offensive rebounds. He made a big impact today in the first half anyway. I think his motor started to run out a little later today towards the end. He played 30 minutes. It's the first game he's played 30 minutes all season. But in his minutes, he had 5 offensive rebounds. And I feel like he has to play. He might have to play another 30 minutes versus the Nets just to get that motor running for the playoffs. So yeah, I would say that. But if you're going to go small, I do feel like Shamet or Deuce need to get significant minutes with Cat so we can actually have a true 5-out offense for once. And they don't, we can actually run some pick and roll sets with Cat and Jalen Brunson because truth be told, that was supposed to be the thing that was supposed to be our bread and butter. As the season has gone on, we've seen it less and less, especially in crunch time. So I'm with you with the Josh Hart thing. We just have to pray that Josh Hart finds his 3-point shot in the first round of playoffs like he did last season if Tibbs chooses to go that route.
When you move Hart to the 4, you take away everything that makes him special. He's special because when he's playing the 2 or the 3, he plays bigger than he is, guards up, and gives you the best rebounding like a 4. But the point is for his rebounding at the 3 to complement the rebound at the 4 and 5. If you have him at the 4, that means Shamet or Deuce or non-rebounder is in there, or Mikal Bridges, who's not a strong rebounder, is in there, and you defeat the purpose of having that plus intangible in the lineup. Hart should never play the 4. I feel that same way that Precious should never play the 5, in my opinion, because you take away what makes him great. Josh Hart, I am so tired of watching him get cooked. I'm so tired of watching Brunson get cooked I'm talking about by really good players in these really good games. I'm not talking about Wizards, Nets, Raptors. No, these games that matter, the 0-10 games.
Yeah.
I'm tired of our main starters getting cooked. And Mikal Bridges, man, My frustration, I said it with Dexter. I think he's the most likely of the five to be moved if he doesn't show up in the playoffs. We have differing, varying uh interpretations of what showing up means. You guys are happy with him scoring 14. I'm not. I think he needs to be scoring closer to 20, 18, 19, or 20. But we all agree that defense needs to be premium. He needs to have one of the top five best defensive performances on the perimeter in the entire playoffs. That's what he needs. That's where five picks made sense. A five pick argument against Toronto on a rainy April afternoon really doesn't mean shit. It matters in the playoffs. That's when the worth, that's when the return, that's when the trade is really contextualized. Was it worth it? Was it not? And you are in the court of public opinion. I need Bridges to be one of the top five best perimeter defenders in the playoffs the moment it starts. Otherwise, all this hoopla and all this trades is going to be, I think it will be judged differently this summer than how we have over the season.
Yeah, it's really the defense for me. I mean, like he had 17 today, 6 of 13, good. He shot well from the field anyway. From three, 1 for 5, awful from three. The team collectively from three wasn't really good. OG Anunoby 2 for 9, McCall 1 for 5. Well, actually, Landry Shamet, Shamet and Brunson really did his thing, and even Tree. Josh Hart actually had 2 for 3. But like our wings today, OG, he 33%. OG, he's been really good for a good stretch, and offensively today he was kind of flat. He was really flat, and nothing exemplifies the flatness more than down 4. Darius Garland's under the basket, and you blow a layup and fall to the floor. Woof. Woof. And I've been champion OG this year, especially this stretch. That like woof. Like I feel like we haven't had those guys show up against the Celtics and the Cavs. Really. I mean, I think McCall showed up versus the Cavs offensively. OG showed up versus McCall showed up against the Celtics offensively last game, the most he's had since he's been here. OG showed up defensively last game. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, if they actually had like a good offensive showing against any of those teams.
I cannot think of one. Maybe Brunson.
Nah, yeah, bro. Brunson is going to Brunson. And
Queens, no.
Yeah, Brunson's going.
I think. Yeah, I think the issues with this team, there's a lot on both sides of the ball. There's issues with the roster construction. There's issues with the coaching. There's issues with all five starters. All five starters have identity issues. They all have an Achilles heel. Every single one of them that hurts them when they're together as a unit. Those five on the court. It's a shame. I see Cleveland integrate DeAndre Hunter so seamlessly and still keep their bench shooters in rhythm. Like that's been an incredible job Kenny Atkinson has done, managing minutes and a new player who doesn't demand the ball more, but does demand a higher usage because he needs to get into the mindset of being the defensive anchor on that team on the perimeter, which they've been missing. For them to sit Donovan Mitchell at their best scorer and still absolutely destroy us is, man, there's so many issues, and they all do tie back, in my opinion, to Tibbs and how he uses this lineup and having Josh Hart in a lineup the entire season and not experimenting with that. Boy, and I've been saying all season, man, I'm not going to say fire Tibbs based on even a regular season loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers, even when we're 0-10 against the three best teams. But this summer, man, tough conversations.
It's about the playoffs, man. It's really about the playoffs. Like I'm pissed.
I agree.
And this loss is concerning. I'm not gonna hold it. It's concerning. But it's still about the playoffs.
Yes, we agree.
I'm just pissed. Cause this up 23, like a couple of games ago, we lost a 15-point lead. That was the first 15-point lead that turned into a loss for what? How many games? Since I remember what was the stat? I forgot the exact stat.
How many games we lost in a row?
Yeah, it was like we haven't lost a game when we've been up 15
Oh,
since.
oh, yes. It was like 41, 39 or 41, somewhere around there.
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
It was the longest in the NBA.
yeah, we had the longest streak in the NBA, and we blew it twice within like 2 weeks. Like, what?
What's really concerning is that I thought with Cat sitting, we would see a different dynamic. That toughness that you and Ryan were speaking
Right.
about in the chat. I thought without Cat, we would see that because of enhanced Mitch minutes and some pressures at the four. And it was until the fourth quarter. There's actually a moment where Mitch was really playing well. I was like, I kind of enjoy watching this more than Cat at the five. This is like the basketball I actually enjoy. And that's Tibbs ball, right? I like it. It's half court rim protection. I loved it.
Yeah.
Mitch was on it. Shit fell apart in the fourth quarter. And they also, again, with that zone adjustment, they put us in a zone and we couldn't break it. Why? Because Tibbs refuses to sit Josh Hart,
Yeah.
who's the biggest X factor, and breaking a zone is his reluctance to shoot the three. It's compounded when Cat doesn't shoot threes and goes in for the push shots or a mid-range jumper. You gotta attack the zone with consistent shooting. Why would Shamet ever be benched when he's on a heater? Why not Shamet become the sixth man of the guards off the bench if he's on fire? I understand Deuce is your guy, sure, but Shamet should have a larger role because of the deficiencies our team is showing us.
Yeah, it's like, what's the difference between last year and this year, yo? It's like, last year when we had Dante coming off the bench, if Dante was on a heater, Dante would close over Hart.
Yes, he would.
But
he would.
Now that we have Shamet who'll be on a heater, and he'll sit regardless.
Yes.
And I feel like that's a big deal. Like, we have to think about what's happening and go, hey, maybe sit Hart this game for Shamet.
Yeah,
I feel like we have to do that, but it's yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he sees. I don't know. I don't know why. I know he's not as good. I know Shamet is not as good as Dante, but like it's the same concept. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Me neither.
Yeah,
me neither.
I don't understand.
It's just painful. It's painful to have to go through it.
Yeah. Even Deuce, that's the guy you trust. Deuce played 17 minutes. He was a plus 13. He was the highest plus minus on the team. He had 17 minutes.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place tonight, but I'm like you, Jay. I got a lot of emotions tonight. I feel like a third year in a row where we're out in the second round. On paper, you almost have to fire the man, even if you put up a fight. The fan base is it will never turn back. I think if we're out in the second round, even if it's Boston, even if it's Cleveland, no matter what it is, another second round exit where we're embarrassed. All 3 second rounds, we've been embarrassed. Miami embarrassed us. Indiana embarrassed us. If we get embarrassed again, a 50-win season doesn't hold the same weight as an Eastern Conference Finals.
I mean, and that's listen. If we're embarrassed, if we lose and it's a match, then that's different. If we get embarrassed, then that conversation should be had. My stance hasn't changed because of this game. Like, we got to show up in that second round. We got to beat Detroit, and we got to show up in that second round.
What does showing up look like to you?
What
kind of performance will you say Tibbs did his best?
Tibbs did his best. Not getting blown out.
Any game, like no blowouts to the series.
I mean, I would say like one blowout.
Okay. I'm with you so
far. Close games, 10 and under. Show up. That's
how many game series? What happens if it's a 5-game series, but we show up every game?
Then if it's a 5-game series and you show up in a game, I'm not on a fire Tibbs thing. If it's a 5-game series and we show up and it's like last minute execution thing, if it's like we don't belong in the same gym, And it's like, all right, we were no longer in the same gym, and we're still rolling out Josh Hart. It's like, okay, like we getting smacked, and we don't do anything else. We don't do anything different, and we're getting smacked. Then, okay, then we need to have that conversation. That's how I see it.
Okay, I think I feel most of the same, a little different. I think if it's a 5 game series, I think he needs to go.
Mm.
I think this team should be a 6 game series minimum with either Boston or Cleveland. There's enough talent on this team to supersede his mistakes when we're all healthy. It's going to take benching Hart, and Hart has become his new favorite toy with Randall Dawn, and he just shows a resistance to sitting him in moments the game is telling you to sit him. Tonight was one of them.
Yeah,
If he can't sit him and we lose a series because of that, because Hart goes 0 for 3 in the second half of a playoff game and we lose by 7, time to go.
yeah. And it's like we just got work to do, man. The
A
turnovers
lot.
in the third, fourth quarter were crazy. You need to clean that up. The fight is. You know what, too? Like, there's one thing too. Like, Jalen Brunson had a better offensive game than he's had in a while.
Yes, he did.
Um, so it's like he's still kind of working himself into the Brunson that we seen right before he got injured. Because look, he had the game of his life versus the Lakers. He's not
Uh-huh.
back. He's still not back there yet.
Mhm.
And you can tell that by how he's performing in the fourth quarter. Like he had like one, like Pete Brunson in the fourth quarter. You're not gonna be able to stop. Like our game plan for a long time was keep it close, give it to Brunson, and he take it home, and it works a lot of those times. He's not there yet. Which is why I feel like he might play a good amount of minutes versus the Nets to still try to him and Mitch probably to still trying to get some rhythm and some lung capacity. You know what I mean? Into the playoffs. So we still are missing that, and yeah, that can be a reason why we lost too. But yeah, we just need more from everybody else.
We actually had a pretty good bench game. Shaman and Deuce combined for a pretty solid game. Campaign was absolutely atrocious. This was a top 3 worst campaign performance. I actually thought this was a more impactful Precious game than last game, and his stats were like the complete opposite. He was almost like not even on the bot
Oh, I
store
thought he was
tonight. But I
horrible.
actually thought, yeah, I thought defensively he had some good moments tonight than he did last night. I thought the stats he had last night didn't really impact winning. I thought defensively he was pretty good tonight, in place of Cat. But that's not why we won or lost. That's not why we lost, and he wouldn't have been a matter if we won. To me, it's Brunson. Brunson really struggles being a ball hog. I hate to say it, man. It's one of the reasons why his aunt blocked me on Twitter because I had my one rare tweet about how I thought Brunson needed to pass a damn ball and stop being selfish, stop being a ball hog. He has tendencies of being that way, and it's hard to say that about captain, about our two back-to-back MVP candidate. But damn it, when he's in that ISO mode, when he's in hero ball mode, sometimes he can kill momentum and lose a game for us. It
Yeah,
happens. We have not seen the playoffs, thankfully, but we have seen it in the regular season.
yeah. He had 2 assists today. I wonder if he just. I wonder if he's trying to like work his way back to what it was. But like I do agree with you. 2 assists for the whole game, and you paid
Yes.
36 minutes is not ideal for your lead guard. Actually, I really liked all the complaints we've been doing about Mikal Bridges. I really like Mikal Bridges passing today. The
It's
wings in
it's his
general,
best intangible.
huh?
It's his best intangible is his playmaking.
Yeah, like, and I felt like Mitch, especially in that first half, probably saw the ball more in the first half than he has in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like between the behind the back pass with OG, the lob pass from Mikal Bridges on a pick and roll. It was like, oh, it's like you forgot. It's like, oh, wait a minute, Mitch can do something. Mitch can catch lobs. Like, I feel like people forget when Mitch first got in the league the first few years, he led the league in field goal percentage because the amount of lobs he was getting thrown in his second year was insane. Like, our team was looking for him. And he's like a really huge vertical rob threat that we don't use a
RJ.
lot.
It was RJ,
Yeah.
to his credit. no one was a better lob assist man than RJ.
Yeah,
They came up together. They had great chemistry.
right. So one of the benefits of Mitch actually playing with the first unit today was like, oh, he's like, oh, look at that, I get the ball.
Yeah, this game showed me a few things. I think we're going to do a fairly good job of containing Mobley and Allen as scorers. I
Right.
think I think Mobley is going to kill us as a playmaker, specifically in the short roll, finding his teammates and open shots on the perimeter. That's where I predict if we end up playing them, he's going to kill us. And the same thing's going to happen with Chet Holmgren in OKC if we get that far, or Al Horford and Jason Tatum in Boston. It's that short roll passing four that routinely has killed us all season. And that's where Mobley, I thought, was effective tonight in getting them back in the game. But we contained him as a scorer, which is impressive because he might win most improved player this year. He's really taking a leap being more on ball. And I liked also that for the most part, outside of the Strus bombs, which we've seen that before in a Miami Heat jersey, but outside of that, and I know Ty Jerome didn't play, thought we did a pretty good job on the outside of the roster, of the rotation. The bench guys thought we did a pretty good job containing them too. But what upset me the most is if there was anything that I would want our team to do defensively, it's stop the one ISO guy in the fourth quarter. Contain Darius Garland. Don't let him go Brunson on you. And he did. And he got whatever he wanted. No matter what matchup he got on a switch, he destroyed. Mitch cooked. Brunson cooked. Bridges cooked. They tried to switch OG on him, cooked. Whatever, and it was a full arsenal. A lot of 3 points, but that midi, man, that floater game of his, deadly. And I don't remember him having that last time we were in the playoffs. I remember Donovan having that. Don't remember Garland's floater being that elite. Damn, I mean, it was at Brunson level. So that was disappointing. You know who's going to take those shots, and you can't stop them. The Tibbs team? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we'll see what happens in the playoff if we ever do mix them. Because I do feel that was frustrating for sure. I feel like in the playoffs we would double, but then we can't really double in that situation with him and Donovan Mitchell. So never mind. We just gotta do it.
I don't have an example, Jay. I don't have an example, Jay, of us ever doubling anyone in the playoffs. I think maybe a few occasions have been beat in the fourth quarter. We sent doubles his way and forced Kelly Oubre to take some shots, but in the playoffs, I thought we played everyone straight up. Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, I feel like let's see.
I feel like if we would have doubled Jimmy, we might have won that series against the Heat. But playing straight up, Josh Hart got annihilated.
I ain't want to go talk about the Heat stuff. I always felt like that double
context.
I mean, I always felt like that double theory was BS because like Jimmy Butler didn't shoot well against us, really, and even the Heat 3-point shooting was pretty bad against us that whole series. We were the worst 3-point shooting team in the playoffs. Me, like I feel like offense was the problem, honestly, during that Heat series, but that's a whole nother debate
that too.
I want to get into.
I thought we let him be a playmaker, and he started getting his teammates involved, specifically Bam and Tyler Hero, and I mean not Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. That's why we lost. But yeah, let's not do revisionist history. We're not here talking about the Heat, but it's still been an issue. It's all of this is a symptom of Tibbs not adjusting to what the game is, the opponent, and it's like, damn it, man! Like this isn't, you don't play the Cavs the same way you play the Pistons. You play them differently, and it was almost the same routine from last night to tonight in terms of when he was trying to win, not when PJ Tucker's out there, but when he was trying to win, it's too rigid in my opinion for the rotations and the minute distribution in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
more play calling, less ISO.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that with the Josh Hart and all of that. So we got some work to do. We got some work to do for sure. Definitely pissed me off, but also Knicks versus Pistons solidified in round 1. It's an opportunity to shut some people up, to see what you're made of, because you know it's going to be a chippy type of battle with Isaiah Stewart there and Dennis Schroeder. He's trying to, but at the same time, it's like we've been here before, man. Like Jalen Brunson, he's still getting back into form. I know what Jalen Brunson does in the playoffs. Everybody's picking Detroit Pistons over the Knicks. Pistons still have to prove it. Pistons still have to prove it. The playoffs are another animal. Madison Square Garden during the playoffs is another animal. A lot of those guys are gonna have to adjust to the pressure of the playoffs, and they've not done that before. So I still feel like we have the advantage, and we should definitely come out of here with a victory versus Pistons for sure. So I'm ready to shut this. I'm ready to shut some people the hell up for sure. I'm ready to see this, get that series going.
Agree with all that. Yeah, there's no reason why we should lose to the Pistons. I mean, we lose to the Pistons, man. There's not going to be anyone that's not going to be like fire Tibbs. I think everyone,
Yeah, I
even
think
the most diehard, I'll be like, yeah, it's time to go, but it's time for you to pack your bags.
Yeah.
Go get that cushy office job. Enjoy that Knicks polo because you're not going anywhere, but you're not going on sidelines. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's an instant exit.
I like that Pistons are not a shooting team. I like that they don't have a whole lot of bombers. You know exactly who their shooters are. It's Beasley and it's Tim Hardaway Jr. But yeah, Tobias might get you one game with 3 threes, but that's it. It's not consistent 3 threes a game in a series. Beasley and Hardaway, don't leave them open. Play Isaiah Stewart the same way they play Josh Hart. Leave them wide open. Force him to put the ball on the floor and try to get to the hoop and watch him look like Precious getting at the rim. That's what they should do. Will Tibbs do it? I don't know, man. I'm just a bum on YouTube. That's all I am. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, this is it. Tibbs does have the tendency to pull out some different stuff in the playoffs sometimes. So we'll see. So. We'll see. He might be holding some stuff. He might be holding some coverages and some plays. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I like that optimism, bro. I like that. You make me feel a little bit better with that.
Yeah, right. I remember specifically. I was like, why wouldn't we run Grimes off any curls or anything? And he started doing that in the playoff, in the series versus the Heat. And I was like, oh, finally. I mean, he still sucked. Grimes still didn't hit shit. But at least he ran the damn play. I've been begging for it the whole year.
Good point. That's a great real example that you provided. I feel a little better, bro. I needed that. Thank you. Appreciate you. Because I'm down the dumps, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying real hard not to be overly emotional.
Playing all game, all series, all season, and then getting benched versus the Hawks. Like, you know, it happens. He'll switch it up all of a sudden. We'll see how it goes.
Sometimes it's too late.
We'll see. All right. So to the chat. Oh, all right. I got a lot of that stuff on my chest.
Woo.
I'm sorry. I didn't even check any comments. Nowhere. I was so mad. I didn't even go live on freaking TikTok. I was so mad. I just went live on YouTube. Sorry, TikTok. I missed the whole show. I was tight. Okay. Let's see what's going on YouTube. We got shout out to Gregory Lee, Fritz, Gamer Channel. Who else we got? The Predicate here, Felicia Lee here, JT Riddick here, Craig Ward here. Shout out to you guys who rock with the show. Sandman, of course, we lost, so of course Sandman's here. That's Parker's here. The Styles Nick is here. Alexander is here. What's going on, Alexander? Shout out to you guys who's watching with the show. I don't know if you see any comments that you want to point out, because I feel like I was just talking to you the whole time. I was just like, oh my God. That joint pissed me off.
Fritz is back on his I would have fired Tibbs since weeks ago bad. he said that at a round table and then walked it back about 2 weeks later. Now he's back on it. I think that is a very extreme take. I don't want to be Denver or Memphis in that regard and fire your coach. The optics are horrific. It makes the players feel like the system is chaotic and there's not anyone in real control. It also makes you feel like that you don't have control over implementing the front office strategy to the coach, that the only option now is to fire him and force someone to take over, which would be Rick Brunson, Fritz. Remember that. Rick Brunson's a head coach. And now you want to waste this playoff series with a first round exit and upset to Detroit. Now, did you solve a problem? No. Just fire him in the summer and let him at least get these guys in positions to give each other a chance every game, which you have with Tibbs. You don't have with Rick.
Yeah. I think the Mike Malone firing kind of emboldened the more radical thinkers. See, we can do it. It's like, no, the Nuggets look dumb. And If you were to get Jokic unfiltered after a Mike Malone firing at the end of the season, I would think it would be something like, hey, what is this franchise doing? Do I need to stick around for this? Like, if I'm a franchise player and the coach gets fired right before playoffs, I'm looking at the franchise crazy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the franchise like, all right, we might have to have trade discussions because that's just insane. You just pretty much threw away our chance at a championship. Whether you feel like I can win a chip or not this season, you threw away this season for me. So,
and to your credit, I agree 100% with you. At least both Denver and Memphis have an assistant coach where when that assistant coach was hired, there was parts of the media, like a KOT version of their cities, that were like, solid. Like, this guy brings this. This guy's more of a defensive mind. This guy's going to have them shooting more threes. No one's going to write that with Brunson taking over for the New York Knicks. It's going to be like, oh, shit.
yeah.
Star's daddy took over the team and he ain't never letting go of the reins.
Yeah.
Like, that becomes extremely, and that's Leon Rose's fault for making him the lead assistant. Johnny Bryant should have never been allowed to lead this organization. I agree 100% with Gamer Channel. That really threw a wrench in our entire future. It's the most concerning thing Leon's done, in my opinion, is allowing Johnny Bryant to leave, because you had that guy that had taken over. That is the most successful chance at championship, and that 25-year span is when an assistant takes over, who's in that coaching staff already, takes over when someone's fired. That's when you win a championship, and we lost that. Unless you think Mo Cheats has something else in the tank. I don't.
Yeah, or Dice Hachimoto or Othello
Oh,
Harrington.
hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, Coach Harrington. Let's go.
Oh my
Next up.
God.
All right.
Hell no.
I'm just saying. All right. Yeah. All right, yo. I got nothing else. Last game of the season is coming Sunday. It really is. It's the Nets. It should be a win. I don't even know who's playing or not. I feel like Brunson and them guys still might be trying to get their wind under them, but we'll see how that goes and what that looks like. We just need to get some win, come out healthy, and that be that. We'll see what happens though. We'll see if they actually do play, or they just play it safe. All right. Let's go to the other part of the show, man. Who picks and bruh picks. Who picks are usually something amazing that you want to point out. That's a play that you say this is amazing, or this is the ooh that I want to point out that was great. Bruh picks is something stupid, dumb, idiotic that you feel like you want to point out. Say it's stupid, dumb, and idiotic. It could be a play, could be a take, could be just something dumb that happened in the world. Lee, do I have anything today? Do I have anything today? You have anything, Lee? I don't know if I have anything today.
I didn't watch any. I haven't watched any. I've only been focused on Knicks the last week. I haven't watched any other team except for the Luka Laker game. I'm not really sure. That wasn't planned. I've just really been focused on the Knicks heading into the playoffs. Typically, I like the context and looking at what other teams are doing. I haven't given a damn. I've only been focused on the Knicks and who they potentially play in the first round, because I am going into the postseason the most nervous I've ever been as a Knicks fan. Probably the most nervous I've been since the Atlanta series, when I didn't know what to expect because there's a bunch of things I hadn't seen before, players I hadn't seen in the playoffs. I'm very, very nervous about this first round series. They're a very tough-minded, well-disciplined, consistently good on defense team, and they're young and they have nothing to lose. They're playing free, they're playing loose, and yeah, the bright lights of MSG might shock them like they did Jared Allen and the Cavs. It might not. Cade Cunningham is a truth. He's a superstar. He's going to be an MVP candidate, I think, starting next season, and we're just seeing the beginning of this. So I'm not saying we're going to lose to the Pistons, but I am very nervous going into it. And so I guess my broad pick is the Knicks for making it so damn unenjoyable and stressful, rooting for a 3 seed that has dominated most of his season, except when it matters.
Bruh. Yeah, bro, for this loss, man. This loss pissed me off. The defense is horrible. I didn't like it. The compete was not there. I didn't like it. I didn't like this loss. I didn't like it at all. I don't like that. I don't like that we just seemingly mailed it in. I don't like that we didn't show enough fight. Yeah. Bruh. I like it. Um, yeah, like for me too, it's like I'm glad Brunson is healthy. I wish he would have came. I wish he was able to move around a little bit earlier because I still feel like he's healthy, but the rhythm is like 90% there. So I feel like he's gonna gain his 100% rhythm in the playoffs. It's gonna be like game two or something, maybe where it's like, okay, that's the Brunson I know. I mean, so I wish he came back a little bit healthy, a little bit earlier, but we have him now, so you should still be good versus the Pistons. Also, we have 17 games of Mitch. This is his first game where he played 30 minutes. Um, which is why I feel like he was really good in the first half and not as good as the second half. I feel like the wind hasn't caught up to him all the way. Like it was good that he's actually able to play the whole entire first quarter this game, but even towards the end of the first quarter, I started to notice like okay, he's he would usually go after that rebound, but he's standing flat. So like he still has another gear to go. And to me, we're gonna need him versus the Pistons for sure with Duran there. And certainly if we have the Cavs next, but if we don't, we have the Celtics, we would need him a lot more. But hopefully his win gets to pick up as the playoffs move along too. Because I feel like we're gonna need more 20, 30-minute games from Robinson at certain times. So
Hell yes, we are.
yeah, for sure.
Man, I actually we don't need Robinson to close. He's going to be crucial closing against Detroit, in my opinion, against Boston and Cleveland, all the big ones. Like whoever we face, he's going to be so crucial in closing. And I want to see him out there more than Josh Hart personally. And I love Josh, but those three teams, I need Mitch.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. All right, all right, all right.
One short one. I'm gonna keep it real short. Upick again to the Trump administration. It's just been a lot of like malaise, man, a lot of depression, a lot of anger since the Trump presidency has started. Many Americans are pissed off. I've been one of them, very frustrated. My check is being stretched thinner than it's ever has. This again, I've been tracking my groceries. And one of the reasons I hate Joe Biden is that buying groceries and paying my electricity bills were more expensive than they had been than the Trump administration prior. Now everything's more expensive under Trump than it was under Biden. Things have skyrocketed, and he ran on lowering inflation. And whether inflation's lowering or not, it's now being offset by the tariffs, where the markets are reacting to fear, and the American people are too. And I don't get caught up in calling him a fascist or a Nazi or anything like that. I just trying to focus on his rhetoric. I just focus on the actions and how things are changing in this country. And now we can't even have free speech on campuses protesting, where 27 students who were here legally through their work and education visas. I'm saying this because it was at my alma mater at University of Texas at Arlington, where I went to college. 27 that had protested last year against a Israel-backed lobbyist group that was on campus. They did a sit-in, peaceful sit-in. Today, all their visas were revoked and they're being deported out of the country. Say how you want about the war
Bruh.
in the Middle East. None of that matters to me. If it had been the other way around and it was a pro-Palestine group that was there on campus and Jewish students or Israeli students were sitting in peaceful protest and they were deported, I would be just as fucking angry. Because to me, limiting the free speech on college campuses, which is supposed to be the bastions of free speech, to me seems as un-American as it possibly did. So, yeah, what I'm seeing out in the world and what my friends are going through and myself, it's been really, really depressing and enraging. And it's one thing for him to be who he has been, who we know he has been, but for the common average working American to be struggling as much as they are, it really lights a fire under me to where I'm looking to the Knicks to give me some relief. I'm trying to be so optimistic about the tariffs. I want them to work. I want America to be in a golden age economy. But what I'm seeing, forecasting, I do not think we will. I think it's going to fail with China. We might win this Romania, Zimbabwe, Spain, but China, I don't think China's willing to risk their entire population in order to win this trade war. And that's scary. The American people should not be at risk to win the trade war. So I think China will, sadly, win there, but I'm rooting against them and I'm rooting for us. I just hope we win.
Yeah. Trump is against free speech. And I feel like whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, that should piss you off. Because at that point, it doesn't matter who you're for. It's like if you disagree with anything, you decide to speak out, you can be revoked, your visa revoked, or he'll look for something to punish you. If it's not deportation, it'll be he's gonna try to jail you. He's gonna do something. They're gonna demonize you, and that's a scary place to be, where we're turning into a fascist type of country. That it's country's founded on free speech, and he's pretty much gotten rid of free speech in this country. That's scary.
Yep.
For sure.
Agreed.
A lot of
100%.
scary things happening. That's definitely one of those.
I agree.
To the point where the people in his party are scared to speak up against him because they don't want anything to happen. It's nuts. So yeah, for sure. I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. And I had something else to say regarding we definitely can't beat China in a tariff war. Because if you don't realize it, we need China more than they need us.
You ain't kidding. I mean, we've been borrowing from China since the Reagan administration. Every administration since Reagan has borrowed more and more from China, where I think we're at $3 to $4 trillion we borrow from China. Our economy almost can't survive without borrowing from China. So it adds another layer of irony to this trade war with a company that is our welfare daddy in a lot of instances.
Yeah. And let's keep it real. They have the cheap labor force that we need to keep things cheap. And on the flip side of that, we kicked out the people who would be the cheap labor here.
Also facts.
So it's like, okay, cool. We kicked out the people who do the cheap labor here. And then we pissed off the people who would sell us the cheap labor stuff. So, yeah. He's tanking the economy over ego, pretty much.
Yeah.
We cannot win that war versus China. We can't. And China is manipulating that to make us look stupid, but they don't have to do much to make us look stupid at this point. Yeah. Whew. Oh, I see a super chat. Shout out to Lisa. See, says this team is serving up meh, no real identity. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mad meh, mid game, mid defense, all meh. I'm with you. All right, we have the political segment of the show. And that's the show, man. That's the show. Next game versus the Nets. It'll be the final post game of the regular season. Then it'll be the playoffs. After all this stuff about how we I'm still looking forward to this Knicks Detroit Pistons matchup, and I'm still looking forward to smacking them and shutting some people up, especially Shaq. All right, let's get it. All right, Lee, let them know, man. Let them know where they can find you, sir.
At Twitter _LeesCobedo, LeesCobedo.
Absolutely. Also, you can find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Nick of Time Show on Instagram, and the Nick of Time Show on Facebook as well. Shout out to Ryan G. You haven't been on the show all year, but I'm gonna read your text message, so you're technically on the show right now. Ryan G says in the group chat, it's not even about who were the dogs collectively as a unit. They had way more fight in them this year. That fight ain't here. He's saying the dogs aren't here in this team. They had way more fight last year. I'm sorry, I took everything out of context. Hopefully that cleared up what he was saying. Shout out to Ryan G. All right. That's the show. Thank you guys for watching. As always,
shout out the World Wide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks streets. That's the show. We out the smug. Yeah, it's raining. Peace.